morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
Ooh, coming in hot. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Testing, testing.
And we're back. Going down a fresh edition of First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
Season 3B. Space is the place.
Man.
What's happening, y'all? Good morning, good morning. Thanks for joining us very early in the morning. And welcome back. Welcome y'all back too. It's going
Hey.
down. Yeah, man. Uh, bear with us. We're just winding up. You know what it is. Been on vacation for this past month, so sleeping in. So getting up early again is rough.
Man. Yeah.
If you went to sleep at all.
Yeah, I didn't get much sleep. I think it's anticipation, man. Did a lot of tossing and turning last night.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. I left all my tossing and turning in the dreams that I was having.
I wish.
Good morning to all. I see Leia Keister in the chat first, giving us a happy, marvelous Monday. Thank you very much for coming back. Mark Manner says, yay, good morning. Hey, man, what's going on, brother? Appreciate you. Sean McCarthy's up early saying morning. Welcome back. Pop says good morning and mad love from Las Vegas. All right, fans back in town. Marla Harrison says happy motivational Monday. That's what's up, man. You motivated this morning? How you guys feeling? How you doing over there, buddy?
Man, I'm feeling good. Feeling excited about the new season. Definitely looking forward to speaking and being back with you all. And living alive with y'all. Of course, content creators coming up soon, or content creator and kickback, chat charmer kickback coming up soon. So yeah, we'll be talking about all of that. But yeah, feeling good. Even though I didn't really get much sleep last night, we here.
It don't seem like you didn't get no sleep last night. Sound like you bright eyed and bushy tailed this morning. Feels like.
Yeah, I think that's anticipation, the excitement. Yeah, we here, we
Yeah.
back. Yeah.
Appreciate your pops. I like the new intro music. Thanks. Old track I pulled out. We still haven't really made our decision on the intro music, so we just pulled out some old beats and said, let's just get the party started, and we'll figure it out as we go. But this is a new season, and if you guys been with us since the jump, you know that we go through cycles, season cycles. There's 7 of them, and we're on our third go around with this. So this is the space is the place season. We'll be talking about a lot of stuff. This show will be talking about what we'll be talking about this season, and a lot of relevant things that's been going on over the break, and also things that are coming up. I'm really glad that we're out of the ballot and the bullet season. I'll tell you that. I got politicked out this last go around here, so yeah, I'm happy to talk about some other things. But yeah, we're going to talk about it all. But of course, we have a kind of a focus this season that has to do with spaces and places.
Yeah, man.
What's that mean to you, buddy? Space is the place.
It's actually an abstract thought that continues to evolve as we explore what spaces and places mean. Of course, it's inspired by Sun Ra's "Space is the Place." That was the introduction for me. If you haven't seen Sun Ra's "Space is the Place," definitely check that out. Because it's all about Afrofuturism. It's all about again going from a space of feeling like you're not welcome or feeling like you're getting pushed to the edges and to the fringes, and having the wherewithal, having the imagination, having the courage to imagine a future, a space, and a place where you do belong. Imagine a space and a place where you can thrive and you can flourish, and really, building that space in that place, starting from the first sky, starting from the mind and the first dimension, if you will, and bringing that into fruition. So. That's what that's all about, man. Just exploring all those things, whether it's housing, whether it's the third place. We talk about, in between work and home, where do you go to gather with like-minded individuals? We'll be talking about those spaces. We'll be talking about individuals in the community who make space for change, make space for resources, make space for community. Yeah, man. Of course, housing. Yeah, all kinds of things, man. So I'm excited to explore this idea in its many facets. How about you, man?
Yeah, man. Well said. I mean, can't say better than that. It definitely means a few things. I think about the Afrofuturism. Sun Ra, and the reason why he did a thing called Space is the Place, and his kind of philosophy about how we're from another planet, and it seems to feel that way. I remember seeing a video of his where he talked a lot about that we don't exist. So he's talking to a group of young black folks saying you don't exist. If you existed, then you would have this in this country and that in this country, but you might as well be from another planet. And I think that's a feeling that a lot of folks have, a lot of marginalized individuals have, marginalized and unmarginalized individuals have, that they don't belong in a certain place. And this very relevant to us here in Nebraska, where the motto is "It ain't for everyone." And
Man,
yeah, we feel that all the time. So sometimes we can feel like people without a country, and I think that's why there's so much fight to stake your claim, be here. We get really loud about that sometimes. I was just looking at checking out somebody, a young cat who was there's a kind of a trend going on right now too with young cats who were just like that for the streets stuff is old. Like, get off that. You don't even own that block, and you want to die for that block. And I wonder why. Yeah, why? Why do we claim territory and claim hood so hard in places we don't even own? Like, what's that all about? Well, it's about feeling like you have a place, whether you own it or not. This is where you live, you exist. This is where your babies are coming up. So I understand why we fight so hard for places that we don't own, but we should be owning the places that we live as well. So space is the place, like you said, very abstract thought. It was very well said. Abstract thought means a lot of different things, and we definitely have a lot. Also, in the grand scheme, I feel like people that are in the lane of providing spaces for living, for third spaces, like you're saying, for work, for business. Um, that's necessary to make change in a industry or society or a neighborhood or a city. That you have to have housing, you have to have places to work, you have to have close places to work, transportation, ways to get there, and all these things in order to kind of make some change happen. So those are kind of some of the things it means to me, and I think some of the things we're going to be talking about this season, among other things, man. Like I said, I love the fact that a lot of these topics are abstract, and we can apply things to them. And yeah, if we can, and with that, like, we can put that out there to the chat chimers. Like, what does it mean to you? What do you think of when you think of your place in this city, uh, the space that you occupy, the lane that you're in order to make change? A lot of these things are questions that we're going to be putting out to you, the audience, for the whole season, and we're here till December 15th. So it's a brand new long season that we got coming up. We're gonna be getting up early with you, and another big change for this show as well is we went ahead and extended it back to 2 hours a day. So I don't even want to hear nobody talk about 3 hours.
you know they
At
coming.
least the first month, like, give us a month of just like being happy with the 2 hours, because that's gonna be rough enough. 2 hours Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We're looking at having Senator Cypher come back with some new senators as well. We got some ideas and some plans to talk to some more senators. So if you live in a district, if you're a avid listener of our show here and you live in a district that has a different senator than the ones we bring on, let us know who that is. We'll reach out, and we're going to try to get to know more senators this season as well with the Senator Cypher. But like Buddy said, I think what I'm really looking forward to is people like Tamika Meese, who is out here helping people make space and get out of their spaces when they need to, and get into new spaces when they need to, and just being a resource. So it's gonna be interesting to see. We'll be talking about it. Be talking to people like Brother Kasim. We'll be talking to people like Pastor Ballard over there at Assembly of the Saints, who provides a space for a lot of us to be at. Brother Kasim is with the BAA that owns acreage of land now. What's that space mean to be right here in the heart of Omaha, Nebraska? And so on and so forth, man. People that hold space down. Marcy Yates holding down Culture House, which is a space that everybody's welcome as well. Heart Ministries, the space that they provide. So we got a lot of partners that provide actual spaces for people to be able to live and grow and thrive. We're partnering with the Land Bank right now, so we're getting into that. I don't know if you guys seen our advertisements, but we've been putting the Land Bank out there because they have a ambassador program coming up, and the best way to learn how to deal with that, if you have any inclination to be a developer or to build a house on some land here in North Omaha, and you're interested in the land situation, yeah, land. How do we utilize the land space out here as well? So kind of everything kind of lined up. for us to really talk about that. You can't really start a movement or make a change in a city if you don't live in it, if you don't have a place in it, if you're not part of it, if you don't have a place to live when you're trying to work in it, you don't have a place to work in it. So lots to talk about here. So we really appreciate everybody who's gonna get on that tip with us. Anybody who has any kind of resources or any information, hopefully we'll talk to people from the planning department this season. We'll talk to people, the big plan for North Omaha and so on and so forth. Lots to talk about here, and of course, Inland Port Authority and all these big things that are getting ready to come and invade our space, if you will. So yeah, lots happening, and we'll continue to talk about it. So I appreciate you. We're just going to kind of keep it loose today since this is our first day back. Michelle Moreno says, "Good morning, everyone. Appreciate you very much. The fam back in business here. So yeah, really appreciate everybody who's joining us and who's still stuck with us and waited patiently through the break to come back. And also, all of you, I've been hearing that people speak out again. I've been out and about a little bit during this break and been hearing, you guys are spreading the word that this is happening. This conversation is going on here, and we appreciate it. We get more and more people joining us every day for conversation, especially on Friends of First Sky Omaha. You guys kept it going over there for real.
Man, big time.
Big time, big time, big time, man. So yeah, that's just kind of wanted to go over some of the things that we're going to be talking about today. Buddy's actually still in town. He's actually in the room. So
It's a little
so
weird.
yeah,
It's a little weird.
strange. I'm
Yeah,
looking this way. You looking that way too? Yeah, but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
strange. So let us know how we sounding and looking around here. Make sure that you hear us loud and clear. If there's any anomalies or anything, we know you, the chat chammers, will let us know if we're not coming through clear and what's happening here. So yeah, just let us know. Let us know what's
Yeah.
happening.
Also, I'm kind of feeling, me being here in town. I'm feeling what you've been feeling, man. I want to give a shout out to the ghost listeners. They out there,
Big time.
big time, big time. Shout out to you out there listening. You going to and fro to work. I don't know if you got summer school classes or you just getting off work. Whatever you got going on, man. If you tuned in, you ghost listening right now. I don't see you, but I feel you.
Yeah, I told you, man. Yeah, everywhere I go, like it's to the point now where because of your little jingle in the morning, if I go somewhere and I'm like, hey, I'm Paul B from First Sky in the morning, everybody in the room goes,
In the morning.
yeah. So it's dope. Yeah. So I'm feeling good about it. Feeling good. We definitely feel like we've fell into the thing that we need to be doing. That our service to the community too is really this reach out, this ability to speak to the community. So appreciate everybody that has joined in on that, and please keep telling people about it. Tell them, we know we're not just disseminating news this year, but we're also having a discussion about it. Which, like I said before, even the people writing the articles for the news are not having this much discussion about their own articles.
Mhm. I'll be honest, man. Like as a journalist who's been in that hustle and bustle and that 24-hour news cycle, you don't have the time. You write the story, you get the lead, you answer the who, what, where, when, and why. You write it, and you move on to the next story. That's the cycle, But how much time do you have to actually digest what's being reported, contextualize what's being reported, dig deeper into what's being reported, and really understand what's being reported? So, yeah, definitely appreciate what it is that we're able to do here, and it does feel like we're just tapped into the zeitgeist, if you will. Got a real pulse on the culture, thanks to all of you that's joining the conversation. Um, I'm gonna cuss a little bit in your ears, Paul, so you might want to close them. But as far as spaces, the place, and contextualizing things, last episode or last season was Ballad of the Bullet, which just so happened to line up with the election, and this is spaces the place, and I gotta call it as I'm seeing it, man. Again, you're talking about feeling like we're from a different planet. Is no irony that the ice raids are going on. People are being literally called aliens,
Man,
feeling like they're from another planet. So again, that is going on. Talk about alligator Alcatraz and spaces and places. I mean, again, it just so happens that a lot of times when we have these conversations, they line up unintentionally a lot of times with just things that are going on in society. So again, while we are focusing on all the things that we're talking about, those things are happening as well, and just wanted to acknowledge them.
man, so true, so true. I mean, everything lines up there for in a real way. Jumping back into the chat real quick, Marlon Harrison says I've been promoting the content creators camp and handing out flyers. I've also been telling people to come on the show and promote what they got going on. Appreciate that, brother Harrison.
Man, man, thank you. Actually,
Appreciate
I went over to North Star and had a conversation with Mr. Will over there, and he spoke highly of you, brother Harrison. So keep being amazing, keep being amazing. It means a lot when people speak highly of you in rooms that you aren't in.
big time, bro. Big time. North Star. I saw some chatter on there. I think it was Sherman Wells. I don't know if you guys been hanging with Sherman Wells over the break too. He's had a lot of sermons with Shermans that were powerful. We've been trying to repost, but brother Wells was asking like, what does North Star do? You know what I'm saying? My experience with North Star had to do with brother Shamari Huggins, who's always working over there and touting its greatness. And the things that it does for young boys, and because a lot of times, especially young black boys, never really feel like they're from here. They don't feel like they got a place anywhere. They're be made to feel all the time that they don't belong in places. So when you got a specific place like North Star that really caters to them, is very special situation. So we definitely would love to have somebody from North Star on and talk about that particular space as well. The space that's being provided for young black boys in particular. And of course, we'll be having a Senator Ashley Spivey on with IB Black Girl, who's going to be talking a lot
Man,
about, same thing with young black girls. Don't feel like they belong sometimes, and there's some organizations out there now that try to help them do that. So that's what's up, man. I see Brandon in the chat. What's going on, bro? Appreciate you. Well, that was hectic trying to get your video out that in that last minute. I hope you got some good feedback from it, but I appreciate you. He said, "Good to have you guys back. Thanks for all you do." Appreciate
thank
you,
you,
man. Thanks for what you do too, man. We would love to have you on the show. Brother Brandon is somebody who I was very impressed by how much research he does in the local politics, man. Like really need to be on somebody's team to really give them the real because I haven't talked to anybody that's even like read through the budget or any of the things that you've done. So highly impressed and I appreciate everything you do as well. It was a good, good way to get your name out there really about, what happened with the run and so on and so forth. You running for city council. Don't know if you'll try it again, but I do know that you got a lot more to do here for us in this city in a big way, man. I think you're an important voice and I appreciate you. Heather Williams says a good morning as well. I will say though, man, like I said a little earlier, I am very happy that the ballot and the bullet season is done for the moment. For the moment, we got we I mean, it's all wrapped up, man. We got to still talk to the people in these seats because they're the ones making the laws. There's the ones that passing budgets. There, we when it comes to like where you live, how you pay taxes on your home, all everything that goes down. It really it can't happen without the legislation situation as well. And the county commissioners and the mayor. We're stepping into this season with a new black mayor, which is the first black mayor of Nebraska, Brother Ewing in the House. And so lots of big changes are going to be made when it comes to that. I know that he's got an eye on North Omaha, like not other mayors have. And so we'll see how that works out for how we feel like we fit in here. There's a lot, man.
man,
There's a lot tied together with this for sure.
man. And don't forget, we still got that top five, top five, top five.
Top 5, man, but you know what? We heard Bacon is coming on out, so now it's top 4.
Yeah,
For those who know what we're talking about, Precious has a top 5 people that need to get out of the seats,
get them out the
and
paint.
get up out the paint. And we already started posing the question, like, who do you see in those seats? Because it's not just about getting people out of the seat. Who you want in there? If you want, what's that dude's name? Switch to Republican.
No,
Don Klein.
yeah, yeah.
If you want Don Klein out the paint, who do you want in his seat after that is also the question. So we'll still have to keep talking about that, man, for real. Judy Prinzler in the house says, I'm listening. Love you all. Judy Prinzler,
Hey,
what's happening? I don't know if you get the weekly rap newsletter, but you were in it this time around. So I highly suggest you guys get down with the weekly rap newsletter. That's still going on. It went on all through the break as well. I'll go ahead and put that link in the chat just in case you guys
yeah,
have not
yeah.
signed up for it yet. But that's a really good way to keep up with us. Please do. Yeah, got to 7:19 already. 2 hours. The show's gonna be turning into a 2 hour show again. We got lots to talk about. Lots to talk
Are
about.
you ready?
Not just 2 hours, but 2 hours, 3 days a week again. So that's a heavy load. We haven't done that load in probably two seasons, 3 seasons.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's some other things I know you guys been highly anticipating. the time and date of the Chad Chimers kickback, especially you, the Chad Chimers. I wanted to get that in before we moved on to the rest of the show because you Chad Chimers come in very early, and we love the fact that you guys come in early like that so that we can kind of talk to you guys first. We really appreciate you and ghost listeners too. Don't leave nobody out.
Man,
But that's what it is. So yeah, we do have a date now for the Chad Chimers kickback. Let me see if I can grab it. It is October. I'm sorry, not October. It is August the 3rd. August the 3rd. Hey man, I still have a problem adjusting to time. You know what it is.
time.
But August the 3rd is going down. Let me see if I can grab a flyer or something right here. What's going on here? Newsletter. Okay, yeah, we're all over the place this morning. Chad Chimers kickback. Know if you guys seen the flyer already. We kind of snuck it into Friends of First Sky Omaha first, so that you guys got the news first. But yeah, Sunday, August 3rd, we're back at the Culture House in the living room. It's going down. We think that we want to start putting the call out a little bit to make this a little bit of a potluck because a lot of you Chad Chimers be talking about your famous dishes and you know me, I'm like, bring it on in. We'll see what's happening. But we'll definitely have some food there. But we'll maybe talk to some of you guys about bringing your specialty dish as well, make it more of a potluck. And in years past, we've been making this into more of an event. And this year, it kind of hit us what this really is. Chad Chimers Kickback is really just a kickback for the Chad Chimers, man.
The
You know,
fam.
the fam, the ones that chime into the chat, which there's a lot of regulars. There's a lot of people that come in every once in a while. So yeah, kind of a small family event that we're talking about putting on. We're gonna have some music. Me and Buddy the God are gonna hold down the ones and twos this time and bring you that kickback cookout music on the ones and twos. We'll have some food. You can bring the kids. And shout out to Culture House for hosting this again. Sunday, August the 3rd. The Chet Chimers Kickback is happening. Chet Chimers Kickback 2025 going down. I'm looking
Man.
forward to it.
Oh yeah, living it live, playing some bones, eating some grub.
Yeah, man.
Get down.
Somebody gonna kick Kimera Snipes off her throne this time around? She's the reigning Bones champ
Man,
around here. So
we're gonna try. We're gonna
this is the
try.
look. I got to put this on a shirt. This is just too classic.
Man.
Buddy, hat in hands. Mary Sanchez looking down, and
Almost.
Kimmer showing the score, showing the receipts. She got
Man,
down.
it was a close game. It's a close game. Good time. Also, I think I want to get down on the chest, man. I've been heavy on chest lately. Been heavy on the chest lately. If
Love to have a
anybody,
chessboard there.
if anybody want to get down on the chest, let me know. Let me know.
Yeah, man. Any chess players in the chat? What's happening? What's going down?
Yeah. Man, speaking of spaces and places, I actually was talking to my barber, man. Shout out to my man Jerome. He's a chess coach. Yeah, anyone
Wow.
interested, he teaches chess classes and holds just like a chess group. They meet at the Washington Branch Library on Mondays at 4. So
Speaking
actually
of
today, you might see me down there later on today.
speaking of places, the library.
Yeah.
Library. Anybody been down to see the main branch coming up?
Man,
Yeah. I
yeah,
love it when
looking
people
nice.
come back in town. They're like, "What is this? Look like a spaceship on the corner of 72nd and Dodge."
Yeah, man. Can't wait to see what they do on the inside. The outside is looking quite nice.
Big
Yeah,
time,
shout
big
out to
time.
library. Get down.
Tony Johnson in the chat. Good morning. Says the NCAA can use change in their membership, not elected but appointed, just as important. I appreciate you bringing that up because they've been in the news a lot lately. We actually have partnered with them to get a message out, which I thought was interesting. They hit us up and said, we're trying to get the message out. We're trying to figure out. We're trying to show what changes are being made because they get a lot of press, but they're not getting a lot of press on the other side of it. So we
Yeah.
know actually Michael Scott, who was the first host of in the morning show back in the Mind and Soul days. He's hit us up and he was like, "Man, Tim Clark's over there trying to make some changes here. We're trying to get the message out about what it is that we're actually doing and so on and so forth to combat a little bit of some of this negative press that they're getting around." And there's been senators. I know that you saw last season. There's senators that in there that are really, really, really trying to fight. Really against everything. Think that all the money's getting misappropriated. Kind of, to me, I'm gonna find out. I can't remember which senator it is. I'm gonna find out. But it seems like they're on a mission to try to shut that situation down even more than fix it. You know what I'm saying? Like I get the impression that there's a couple senators in the legislature that want and we're talking about the NCAA, which is the Nebraska uh, is it Council for African
Commission.
American? Yeah,
The commission.
Commission. Excuse me, Nebraska Commission for African American Affairs. And there's been some, we have people in the chat that are part of that commission, and friends of ours that are trying to turn that around for whatever's happening there. But there's articles out there about misappropriation of funds and all kinds of stuff. There's accusations floating around about what's happening, and they're changed leadership around. And we if you've been following us for the past couple seasons, you've been hearing about these things. Well, they finally reached out to us to help them spread some messages, so we'll be looking at that coming up as well. So I appreciate you bringing that up, brother Johnson, because yeah, if anybody, if we can do what we can do here, have some discussion, have the guests on, help spread some messages and some more understanding about what's happening, then we will. So shout out to the NCAA for trying to partner with us to get a message out, and we'll be talking more about that this season for sure.
Yeah.
Brother Harrison in the chat says, I've seen Mayor Ewing Jr. out more in the community than the previous mayor. He was walking in Pride Parade this weekend and was out at the Miller Park concert. Enjoying some Miller.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to be, out on the scene when you're out of town.
Hey, maybe she was out on the scene out of town.
Wrong scene.
Pops in the chat says, I was third best in our school chess club. There was only two of us. Good one, Pops. Good one.
Riding the pine.
Hilarious. Hilarious.
How you on the bench in chess club?
Put me in, coach. Put me in. I know what to do with that rook. Man, it's going down. I think this is gonna be I'm happy that there's some chess going around, man. That barber that your barber is the cat that's down the street from me, right?
Yeah, yeah, man. Shout out to my man Rome. Shout out
Man,
to
I'm,
Rome.
I'm, I'm gonna get down there. We gotta get back on there and the poker table too, man. I want to get back on some poker. Pops got me filling myself with them cards, and I'm like, where the poker players at around here? Let's
Okay, okay. All in.
see what's happening. When I always use this metaphor, I call it playing cards because playing cards to me is one of the most time sucking nothing activity. Ain't nobody making no money playing card. Well, I guess it depends on what kind of cards you're playing. But yeah, it's one of them kind of activities that's like you really love somebody if you're gonna waste some time spent playing cards with them. So I always use that as a
Man.
metaphor. Like if you want to know who you really want to hang around, do some do nothing activities like play cards, board games.
Oh yeah.
It's like pass the time type of activity because you love them people. It really don't matter what you're doing. You can sit there and do nothing. You know what I
Leisure.
mean? So it's about who you want to spend your time with and live alive with. That's what it's all about for me. So yeah, so I've been getting into that. Like that's to the importance to me of like sitting down and actually playing a chess game with somebody and doing something like being a little man sitting around playing chess. You know what I'm saying? I did that with my little
Man.
cousins. My little cousins coming up too. Sit around, play chess with them, learn some stuff, have some conversation. Cards too. That's why we big on bid whist on the West Coast, spades on the everywhere else. Seems like
Oh yeah.
what I mean, dominoes. Even at the Chat Chambers kickback, man, we put some games down on the table because that's what it is. Time to kick back on that. Shout out to Miss Erica Felt who posted a video recently about a kickback in California. It took me back when I saw it. It was a straight up backyard boogie. They had the grills going in the back. They see walking in the backyard. Got a Modelo in their hand. You know what I mean? I was like, this is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, man. Kicking back, man. So August 3rd. August 3rd is going down, man. Definitely make sure y'all pull up. Let's see your pretty faces. And yeah, come through. Just come through.
What's up, man? Hey, Pops in the chat talking about some poker playing. He says I was final table of the tournament and came in second the other night. Come on, Pops.
Okay, okay, okay.
Hey, I'm gonna get a game together right here. That's real. We gonna get busy with that.
Hey, shout out to Mayor Sanchez, hosting his game nights. He still does game nights.
Forgot about that. Yes.
The
There's some
mayor.
good stuff going on, man, for sure. We're gonna take a quick break. 7:29 right now. If you believe in the concept of time, if you're just joining us, you're listening to First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
You're back. It's the return. Return of the Mac is happening. We'll be right back, y'all. Stay tuned.
Ease into the smooth sounds of jazz at the Omaha Jazz Experience, Saturday, July 19th at Stinson Park. It's an unforgettable night of elegance featuring legendary saxophonist Marion Meadows with jazz icon Alex Bunyan. Also performing the king of contemporary jazz, Kim Waters. Don't miss Marion, Alex, and Kim live on July 19th. The music kicks off at 5 p.m. Visit eventbrite.com for ticket information.
Scooby Doo Wop, Squeak Wop,
Sweet
Wop. Yo, 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 we're back, we're back, we're back. First Sky Omaha in the morning.
in the morning.
All B, buddy to God. Man, the Howlands people hit us up. One of our first clients back in Minus Old Days. So shout out to them for that jazz coming up. They always bring some
Man.
good, some like heavy jazz hitters as well, man. Shout out to them. The Omaha Jazz Experience happening Saturday, July 19th, 2025. It's going down, man. Stinson Park. A lot of jazz happening. Jazz on the Green going down right now. I just heard. I just looked up and it was like, I'm on my way over there. Something came up. I diverted and I was like, I'll come back. And I forgot all about it as I'm driving back. Forgot all about it happening. Get up the next day. Everybody in town was at that mug. Everybody in town. Buddy, you was there, right?
Nah, man.
You didn't go?
I missed it. Yeah.
So once again, everybody but us was in town.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna be at the next one though. We're gonna be at the next one.
Cool. Yeah, definitely. It's definitely going down this summer. Everybody's kind of really out. It's gonna be 92 degrees. Speaking of summer, it's gonna be 92 degrees today with some humidity. So get off of the natural deodorant. Use the stuff with the chemicals, please.
You're not down with that funk?
Nah, bro. You
Not your kind of funk.
you try the stuff without aluminum during the wintertime, but like during the summer, just go on use the chemicals. Just go on use it.
I was just talking to somebody about using deodorant too.
It's too hot.
Yeah.
It's too hot, and it would be weird to think it was just hot because if it was just hot, then your sweat would just kind of wick it away and it's not so bad. But when it's humid
Sticky.
and it ain't just sticky, what else is sticking is the funk. The funk be sticking around, bro. Use the deodorant. Anyway, we're back. We appreciate everybody that's joining us for this special 2-hour show. And well, not a special. It's not special anymore. It is a 2-hour show from now on. This season, we're doing 2-hour shows Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If you're just joining us, lots of special guests that we got coming in. We already are starting to book people now, so we got lots of special guests that's coming through.
Man.
I really can't wait to speak to Miss Raquel Henderson, who we got coming in on Friday. I'm sorry, Wednesday. And we'll be talking to her about her new position over there with Mary Ewing, man. And just all the work that she's been doing just the whole time, just been
Man.
killing the game. We talk about some of the backbone people that hold down the place and the space. Man, Raquel Henderson, the job guru, right?
Yeah, man. Jabadista.
The jobinista. When you need a job, all you gotta do is look on her page. She's always
Man.
she posts a grip. So we'll see what that means with her teaming up with Mary Ewing and what they're gonna be doing about job situations. Job is that you gotta have a job to stay in the place, in your place, and in this space. So again, we're gonna be getting busy. I see Ariel's world too, man. Hey,
Hey,
what's going on, bro?
the mayor, man. Let's smash some white ball soon, man.
Appreciate you, bro. I know that you working and your hours are different now, so appreciate you coming on in. He says hit the like and subscribe button. 401 to subscribers. Okay, keeping track of that for us.
Creeping up.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
trying to hit 500. So if you haven't liked and subscribed over at YouTube, please do so. I know a lot of people are checking us out on Facebook as well, which I thought was kind of a trip. Facebook is got more people checking us out than YouTube. I wonder what that's about. So
Man.
interesting. We'll be looking at some other platforms this season as well. Still a little bit to talk about as far as the season's concerned. We got new platforms that we're going to be doing stuff and new video stuff that we're working on as well. Video programs. So keep your eye on
Mhm.
YouTube because there's going to be some stuff that's being released pretty regularly. This season, we have this theory about lanes. We talked about this last season. There's several different lanes that, first of all, people work in, sometimes have a hard time staying in. But when these lanes all get together, they form a freeway, and y'all know what freeways do. Highways, they be cutting through places, like the 75 cutting through the north.
There you go.
So you make some change. We call 'em lanes of change. We'll be working on some lanes of change stuff. Of what's the lanes? Who's working in those lanes? And how can we put those lanes right next to each other so we can plow through as a whole highway, and really kind of make some real change going on. So space and places definitely part of this lane. Like I said, you got to be able to have your home. You got to be able to survive first before you can thrive. So survival means what's your place here? What's your place here in Nebraska, in Omaha, in your city, in the zeitgeist, not even in the physical space. Like what's your place in the community? What is it that you're doing in the community that's a part of it? I love the fact that you brought up this metaphor about these aliens, man.
Mm,
Yeah, yeah, it's tied in. There was a something that just happened recently, and let me see if I can grab that real quick. But there was a post that went to a certain business. It's all over the news. It was also in Friends of First Sky Omaha, and it was a notice that ICE was coming. And I heard this morning on the news that a lot of those people, even though just the threat of them coming, kind of mess with people, and they actually left the job because this is what's going on right now. We're really dealing with that MS-13. There's a couple people that were in MS-13 gang, and all over the news and every day
mhm,
past couple of weeks they really been bringing that out. Oh, these efforts mean we've caught a couple of wanted criminals, and I hear it every single day now. Like, okay, we heard that you picked up some MS-13. Great, thank you, or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
But at the same time, like, you know, what are you gonna do? You gotta figure out. You gotta understand the spillover. You gotta understand what's really going on with working people. How many people are working? How many kids in school? How much of this stuff is happening that is not are not wanted criminals that you're picking up and harassing and sending away? Fernando's Omaha. This is a press release that went out. Statement regarding employment compliance review. They had to put this statement out saying, "Look, we comply to everything. Why are you guys pressing us?" You go back to Friends of First Sky Omaha and read this in its entirety if you are interested in it. But yeah, it's pretty sad because the next bit of news was that there were people from this company that left just at the threat of ICE coming. So where's their space out here? Where's their place out here? What's going on? I'm from California, as you guys know, and I grew up around migrant workers and everybody out there. So we use Strawberry Field right off the freeway, right down from Highland where I live, and there's brothers out there doing it. We've seen pictures of ICE running through fields trying to catch people while they're working. So we already know what this is all about. This ain't about trying to enforce a law. We know what this is about.
man, it's kinda interesting, another element of this, space and place, conversation and idea and theme is time. And it's not just space, but it's also time looking back. Again, Afrofuturism is looking into the future, but we're also trying to dissect what's happening right now in the present and looking back in the past. And actually, during the break, on the ICE situation, I'm trying to think of the term, but there was a point in time where the American government actually opened up. This is post slavery. This is kind of during the time when a lot of former sharecroppers were moving north. A lot of the farm work and farm workers were replaced intentionally by Mexican nationals.
And Chinese people as well.
Yeah, yeah. So again, this and the people who are doing that work now are most likely second, third generation of those same people that were invited by the American government to replace cheap labor that was provided by former slaves. So this history and looking back in the past and trying to understand really what's going on is very, very interesting. I'll find the term, but there's an actual point in time and term that talks about this that kind of unlocks this history. I'll find that throughout the show. But
Yeah.
yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, it is. It is. So we feel for it over the break. A lot of protests all over the place. Especially you saw what broke out in California. It was doggone near a war out there. But it trickled into what to Nebraska as well. There was a lot of protests out in South Omaha. our brothers out there in South Omaha are protesting some of the stuff that's been going down. Places got raided. There's an article out there about some women who got pulled over by ICE or pulled out of their job by ICE, and they're claiming that they got abused and stuff like that
Yep.
when
Yep.
that happened. So yeah, it's not just LA that's on fire. It's really everywhere, and especially places like here. We got to talk about it. We everybody got real happy. As a matter of fact, I remember even people saying things are changing for Omaha, for Nebraska in general. We got a not just the first black mayor, but one of the first Democrats in a while.
Mm,
And what's that mean? Well, it means that we still have a Republican governor, and it still means that the majority of the state is leaning one way, and so things like this are going to happen, and we have to look out for it as well. So even people in my own family that have Spanish last names are scared to go out a little bit.
mm,
And there's we're hearing threats of people leaving the country and not being able to get back in, and all kinds of things like that. So definitely a lot going on, which kind of really begs, what who's supposed to be occupying places. You're here, and you're here however you got here, and you have to go through the things that you got to go through to be here. And what does that mean for if this is the space of yours? What does it mean for us in the black community? Really, like I'm having a flashback of last season, buddy. You got really upset. Like, what do we have? Where what do we have? What do we own? I'm me and buddy. I feel like sometimes we are opposite on this point. I would rather bounce. And I know I've talked to
mm.
you before, and I feel like you would rather you got people here, history here, you would rather fight. It's your country too. And I feel like yeah, we can trace our history all the way back to the original slave in this country. We have history. We've been here for generations as well. But I would be like, yeah, but I'm out. I don't need to be here fighting for this place that way. And I think we represent a couple different viewpoints on that subject. And I think that there's both camps, and the arguments for both. So that's what it is. I'm kind of a transient kind of cat though. I spent the
Mm.
first 10 years in Omaha with one foot outside and the suitcase still packed. So I hop around, I move around. My family's a little bit nomadic that way. We absolutely got roots here in Nebraska, of course, going back generations. And it's really interesting that we all wound up back here. And I definitely I feel like even though there's a group out there called Proud to be from North Omaha. I'm not particularly from North Omaha, but I am from North Omaha.
Mhm.
My great grandparents and everybody else is from North Omaha. And even though I grew up in California, spent a lot of time here, and I wound up here, and I've been here about 15 years now. There's no way of getting around feeling like this is my place as well.
Man.
No getting around it. Actually, here longer than I was in Hawaii, which I considered my second home for a minute.
Mm.
So yeah, so really, this kind of moved into this second home position. Cali first, Omaha second. Been here almost when I started moving around, I was in my 20s. So if I stay here another 5, 6, 7 years, then I will have been here longer than I've been in my hometown.
Man.
So
That's crazy. That's a crazy thought.
it is, it is. So the question about what it is, and then I feel like you have a very interesting dichotomy as well. You're born and raised in Nebraska, and you're in another space now,
Mhm.
alien to that place, but AT alien, which is different.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Yeah,
Uh,
being there, it is a interesting place. Talk about spaces and places. It almost feels like the more I leave Omaha, the closer I get to it.
mm, how so?
The
Elaborate.
growing up here, kind of this being all I knew, and I've spoken on this in the past. Like it's just a feeling of not belonging, a feeling of being overlooked. One, just the idea of Nebraska itself being a flyover state, kind of being a middle of nowhere type of place. Actually, a lot of movies, a lot of music, a lot of films reference Nebraska and Omaha in place of kind of a random middle America town. It's not.
Mm,
It's kind of nowhere and everywhere at the same time. But anyway, And growing up here, yeah, it had that feeling, but once I left, I started to see, the impact that Brother Malcolm had on the world, and growing that pride, coming back, learning about his connection to Omaha, and learning more about the Malcolm X Memorial Foundation. Um, learning more about, I mean, going out living in Florida and seeing Houston Alexander fighting on TV, seeing Bud Crawford fighting on TV, hearing references to like I started, the more I left and went out into the world, I started to see myself in the world. I was like, okay, we're actually here. We have a place in the world. We're not just a flyover state that's looked over. Omaha is here. Nebraska is here. And the more I travel, the more, I'm living in Atlanta and I'm seeing Shoddy Man, who's from Omaha making waves. I'm seeing, Ching Diamond on Love and Hip Hop. I'm like, okay. I'm out of Omaha, but I can't leave Omaha. It's home. It's home, and this is part of the reason why I continue to do this show. Even being from, again, Omaha, living in Atlanta. We've talked about, personally, you and I talked about the Native Omaha clubs around the nation, and finding, you can take us out of Omaha, but you can't take Omaha out of us. I'm gonna just say it like that, man. And the more I travel, the more I move around, the more that feeling grows.
Interesting. Yeah, I feel that. I can see that. I can definitely see that. I can definitely see that. My viewpoint coming from California was exactly the opposite. Like coming from California, every movie references where I'm from. Every place, every style of music dominates the world for a period of time. All that type of thing. So it's interesting. Like everywhere I go, it's that's what it's like. But I am also seeing it from the outside as well. What you're describing, because everywhere I go now, I definitely hear Nebraska, 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 Omaha, Omaha, Omaha all the time. From for different reasons as well. So yeah, very interesting. I like what you're saying there about that, and how that works. And not to mention, because you do the show here, our days are really connected to talking about and trying to do something about what's going on in Omaha in particular, in the same way, in a way, and then also to do that second part of our mission, which is kind of link the rest of the world to what's going on in Omaha, which we've always talked about doing too. So
Big time, big time.
very interesting stuff, man. RG is back. He says, "Man, I forgot y'all came back today."
We back.
Yeah, man. Marlon Harrison says, and they're doing 2 hour shows again. That's right, RG. We don't hear nothing about no 3 hours. We're doing 2 hour shows Monday, Wednesday, Friday. What's going down?
That's it.
Says I'm gonna have to be covert listening to the show now that I'm working day shift hours. Okay, okay. Appreciate
Okay, ghost listener.
We know you still there. We know you still there. It's what it is. Me and you, your
Hey.
mama and your cousin too. Go on, RG. That's right. He AT alien now. Tony Johnson in the chat says you feel that a lot when you go to other black communities. North Omaha has too much drama, as small as it is. We opened doors to outsiders and lead and make it harder for locals to lead. I don't know.
Uh, yeah, I'm gonna have to push back on that. I'm gonna have to push back on that. One, I think the fact of how small the black community is kind of adds to my feeling. Like it feels like a close, tight knit community. Like it feels like a family. It feels like this is home. Even being so far away, uh, um, we see each other, we know each other, and hopefully we support each other. And every community, come on, man, let's stop it. Every community has drama, big, small, or indifferent. You dealing with humans, you're gonna have drama. That's just what it is. But I do think that the sense of community, the sense of pride from being from North Omaha, is a shared thing that we can build on.
We can definitely build on it. Definitely build on it. We have to. We have to. I also see what Brother Johnson's saying as well, because there's a lot of people that are always bumping heads, and and even in the same lane trying to do the same thing, still kind of bumping heads. When we get into the community of people that are trying to make some change here, then I see a lot of pushback sometimes against each other. So that is very true too. They always when I got in town, they were like, "Watch out, crabs in the bucket," type of thing going on out here. Um, but then I've been here long enough to see it's not really so much crabs in a bucket; it's the fact that there's a bucket in the first place. Like,
Where
how
the
is this
crabs
place?
belong.
How is this place set up for us to have some unity, which we're always trying to push for? So We'll see. We'll see. Mama Gawd in the chat, appreciate your comment, says, you represent the population, but here's the thing. Europeans stole this land from us, indigenous. Everything done is to keep the lie and grift alive and intact. Heard that. She says, yes, we were taken from the motherland. However, we are the root. So truthfully, it's all born from our genes. We're
Huh.
going to take it all the way back to the very beginning. Yeah, I hear that. And even here, some of us were taken, some of us were here in the first place, and land got taken away. So it is what it is. It's always going to be a fight, and it just happens to be more of a fight right now in a big way. I missed the break cue, so we'll jump into a quick break again. Again, you're listening to First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
Paul B, buddy to God. We appreciate it. We're keeping it loose today on our first day back. Season 3B, Space is the Place. We appreciate everybody that joined us, that's joining us right now, that kind of kept their heads above water here during the break, anticipating for us to come on back. And this is the summertime too, man. So there's a lot going on. Chad Chalmers Kickback coming up on August the 3rd. And also the Content Creators Camp coming up this Saturday is the first
Yeah,
First
man.
day. So when we get back, we'll definitely talk about the Content Creators Camp, because we started off trying to get some young people to come through and really try to push for that, and having a really hard time trying to get young people excited and going for it about what's happening here. So we kind of opened it up to everybody, and we already got 2 or 3 people that are chimed in. We're looking for 8 people for that Content Creators Camp. And so because we got some plans for that this time around. We got some different kinds of curriculum happening. We're going to help you write an article, and put a piece together this time in this 4-week class coming up. So we'll definitely be talking about this 4-week class coming up. Content Creators Camp starting July 19th. If you're interested, please contact us anywhere, but firstsky@gmail.com is the best place to gather information on people who want to sign up for this. This will be in town. We'll be on the Deuce. We'll be on 24th Street, actually, at Heart Ministry Center doing these classes. We got some heavy hitters like Dr. Carol Zugner from Creighton. We got some people on deck here to come and do some instruction on how to be able to become a trusted source in your neighborhood, how to use your creator skills to put some things together, not just writing, but if you're interested in camera work and that type of thing as well. There'll be some instruction on that too. The idea is you get 8 people together in teams of 2. One kind of writing the article, another kind of producing the article as well. So if you have any skills with recording audio or camera work, or if you don't have skills, this is kind of a place for you to come and learn how to have those skills, and kind of be a team of 2 covering things and writing about it. So that's the idea behind Content Creators Camp this year. If you're interested in doing that, or you know somebody that is, let us know, and hit us up at firstsky@gmail.com. Kind of excited about really seeing how this turns out, because we're still trying to build this army of citizen journalists, and this is kind of one way that we're doing that. For those of you that participated in the documenters training that just happened a week ago, let us know how that went. We want to know how that happened as well. We're partnering up with documenters, and pretty soon part of the documenters training is going to be part of the Content Creator Camp training as well. That's coming up. So we got a lot of that thing happening, because we really need to get citizen journalists built in our area, so we can have people, trusted sources, people that have connection to the community, be able to report the community and let people's voices be heard that are not being heard. So definitely going to get busy there, but stay tuned. We'll be right back. You're listening to First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
All B, buddy the guys. We'll be right back. Y'all.
Hey.
Hello, I'm Tim Clark, Chairman of the Nebraska Commission on African American Affairs. Our mission is to improve the social, economic, and political status of Nebraska's African American community through legislation, advocacy, education, and engagement. We focus on key areas: health and wellness, tackling disparities like higher rates of chronic disease, promoting access to culturally competent care, economic empowerment, supporting entrepreneurship, financial literacy, and equitable access to resources. Housing, addressing systemic discrimination, promoting fair housing opportunities. Education, fighting inequality through better funding, teacher training, and culturally relevant instruction. And finally, justice, challenging racial disparities in the justice system and supporting community-led efforts. To learn more, visit us at ncaa.nebraska.gov. We're committed to building a stronger and more equitable Nebraska together. Thank you.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. You're listening to First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
There was Tim Clark there speaking on behalf of the Nebraska Commission for African American Affairs. Like we told you, they reached out to us to try to help get some of the message out from their side of it because they've been getting a lot of bad press in the news about things that are going on there. We've had Brother Clark on before to talk about what's happening in that organization, and we haven't really continued that discussion because for me, I wanted to really know like what is that commission supposed to be doing? What do other commissions for other groups do, and why are we having the problems that we're having in our community here with those things? So we'll be having some people on from the Nebraska Commission of African American Affairs. Again, I think Brother Clark is interim executive director right now. So shout out to them for reaching out to us and just making an effort to really kind of get some information out and speak on what's happening from their point, their perspective, what their goals are and what they want to do as well. And we'll have to continue to talk about whether or not they're reaching those goals and what's happening there. So we'll be talking about that during this season too, because this is something that you, the Chad Chimers, have really chimed up about, and mainstream news even is really chiming up about what's going on here. There's a lot of heat, a lot of pressure on this particular organization, and I'm still wondering if it's warranted. To be honest with you, I'm not really
Really?
sure. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I know organizations have problems, and I think somebody said earlier in the chat that this commission is appointed by the governor,
Mhm.
and so does appointments work? Would voting somebody in work better? First of all, what are they supposed to be doing? Tim Clark in this ad just gave us a little bit of details of what they want to try to accomplish. Gives us a little bit more of an idea of what they're supposed to be doing and so on. But why is there so much heat? Why is there so much heat? Uh, of course, all commissions take taxpayer dollars in order to run, and of course, we got to keep our eye on that. But how many other things are going on with our tax dollars
Man,
that we don't feel this fired up about? I feel like there's so much fire and heat on this organization. I'm like, wow, why y'all tripping so hard? What is this commission supposed to be doing for us in the first place? I don't have the answer to these questions, but we will try to find some. We'll try to find some. So there you
definitely,
go.
definitely.
What's on your mind over there, buddy? I see your wheels turning.
Yeah, just thinking, along the lines of what you're saying with the about the NCAA, and just it's a necessary conversation. It is something that the drama side of it, there are some elements to it that I'd rather not get too deep into, but it is something that needs to be figured out because you're talking about spaces and places this season, and to my understanding, that commission is supposed to be a space where particularly African Americans have a voice on the state level when it comes to legislature beyond the senators. Again, to my
Mm,
understanding, this is supposed to be a space where we have advocates and we have people. And when I say we, I'm talking about African Americans in the state of Nebraska have somebody that's lobbying on our behalf, have somebody that's accompanying these senators for bills that might be to our detriment. That's to my understanding, but again, and if that is what the NCAA is supposed to do, then it's needed. We need that space. We need that voice. We need somebody holding that down on the state level, not just the senators, but another body to again help come up with bills, to help support bills, and to help push the line. And because we're lacking lobbyists, we're lacking those things. So a commission can definitely help in that regard, but needs to be functional, needs to be clear, needs to be transparent. So yeah, we'll figure that out.
okay, we will do so then. 8 o'clock right now. If you believe in the concept of time, you're now in the second hour of First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
very first show of the season. We're in season 3B. Space is the place. And
Man,
as you can see, this whole hour we kind of been talking about what that means and who's around, and like to hear from you, the chat chimers. What does it mean to you? What does space is the place mean to you? Have you been with us the last the last 3 or 4 years now? Have you been
5
around other
actually.
seasons? Well, yeah, man. Yeah, almost 5. Yeah.
It's been 5. We're on
Yeah.
season 10. We're on season 10.
That's insane. Season 10, we call it 3B because this is their third cycle around our seven tenants. And the third being space is the place. So, no, we're our second time around, I should say. Second time around.
Mhm.
Yep. Yep. So, yeah, it's interesting, man, what goes on. And we'd love to know from you what that means to you. How important is it that these things are being discussed? Of course, we've been talking about a lot of stuff that's been going on. Even last season, during the ballot and the bullet season, we talked about things that are going down at City View. A lot of stuff happened in City View. The While we were in that season, we were part of helping to get this message out that the conditions were really bad over there. And shout out to people like Sherman L. Wells, who led the charge, went down to see what was going on, showed us with his own personal camera phone some of the conditions that were happening down there, and talking to some of the people as well. Shout out to Paul Philman. Shout out to a lot of people that went down and was a part of this. And then we got word during the season that they were shutting the place down because of violations, and that kind of raised some eyebrows as well. Okay, great. We really just wanted you to fix the place, not necessarily shut it down. Where are these people gonna go? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was kind of my thought process. But of course, other people have stepped up when it came to that. Namely, Tamika Meese. She's with North Omaha Community Partnership. Has been a huge part of helping those people get out, find places, lead the charge, ask for boxes, ask for people to move. Remember, there were people stuck on 11 flights of stairs up because the
Man.
elevator was broken. They were throwing stuff out of the window to try to get out of that place. So people like Tamika Meese and a lot of other people stepped up. As a matter of fact, she just put something on Friends of First Sky Omaha, a call to faith leaders help us rebuild what is broken at City View. And this is something that I think is really interesting. Uh, update on this, and shout out to her. We definitely have to have her on the show. She says, on behalf of North Omaha Community Partnership, I come to you with a plea, not just for help with hands, but for help with hearts, prayers, and
Mm.
spiritual covering. She says, over the past several weeks, I've stood inside City View apartments helping residents relocate from place plagued by despair. What I've witnessed is deeper than poverty. It is addiction. It is untreated mental illness. It is trauma. It is spiritual warfare. She says, though we have secured resources, moving assistance, housing, furniture replacement, and access to mental health services, some tenants refuse to leave. Others return after being moved, still bound by the very things that held them captive for years. We realize now this is not just a physical relocation, but a spiritual battle. She goes into talking about Nehemiah. She says that like Nehemiah, we need to respond with prayer, courage, and community. Quotes the scripture, Nehemiah 1:3-4. She says, they said to me, those who survived the exile are back in the province are in great trouble and disgrace. The wall of Jerusalem is broken down. When I heard these things, I sat down and wept. For some days I mourned and fasted and prayed before the God in heaven. City View is our Jerusalem. And like Nehemiah, we are called to rebuild what's broken, not just in bricks, but in spirit. The people there are in great trouble and disgrace, yet we believe God has not abandoned them. We believe the walls of their lives can be restored. I'll leave the rest of that for you to check out on Friends of First
Mm.
Sky Omaha. Very powerful letter, but it really kind of solidified the fact to me that yeah, this is somebody this is boots to the roots, bro.
Yeah, man.
This is not just performative, get some boxes together and help these people move one day type of situation. This is people who are not just helping people find physical space, but trying to find some kind of mental and spiritual space as well to be able to move on from these situations. And then she's making a call to the faith community to come and help with that, which I think is
Man.
really incredible.
Where it starts. It's where it starts in the mind. That you talk about spaces and places. The first space, the first place that you got to get right is the mind, which is kind of why we do this show and have this conversation to get our minds right, to get our thinking in order. Because yeah, you can't can't do anything if you can't see and imagine and see a future, see a path forward. Um, yeah, it can be very, very daunting, even when the physical space is changing. If that mental space doesn't change, so big, big shout out to Sister Tamika, and we'll continue this conversation not just about City View, but OHA, man, is piping up, man. As soon as we ended last season, over the break, more news came out about OHA apparently countersuing the state in regards to a bill that was passed that put some pressure on them. In particular, there was a portion of the bill that required OHA to pay for tenants' legal defense in the event of an eviction, which I guess they're not happy about. They're not very happy about that at all. And yeah, they're pushing back. So we're still fighting the towers, if you will. That's still continuing throughout this season. Also seeing brother Hassani Lee piping up and popping back up in the news. So yeah, definitely would love to speak with him and continue to stay on top of the fight that he's engaged in for not just again public housing, but elderly housing as well. Again, still trying to find assisted living situation for his father. So yeah, housing definitely going to be a big, big point of this season and conversation because yeah, if you don't have a place to live, it's a very, very shaky foundation to build on.
Speaking of housing, we saw this sign floating around the internet yesterday. This is Dino Storage, as you know, has notorious messages all the time, kind of very judgmental messages. I think people have to say. This one in particular caught my attention because it says the Lord loves ice. Uh, I haven't seen this one with my own eyes. This is something that's been floating around the internet. It was put it on Friends of First Sky Omaha to see if anybody else really saw it. Brother Mark Manor, who was a chat chimer, chimed up and said, "This looks like people go up to these boards and start moving letters around and stuff all the time. So this might be something that somebody did, and not Dino Storage." But we all were like, could have been them because Dino's is notorious for putting these real paternal kind of these real judgmental messages up, and they made no they don't hide the fact that they are among the religious kind of messaging, the religious like you guys are sinners type of messaging. It happens all
Mm,
over. Dino Storage has several locations everywhere, and they always put scriptures and things like that on their billboards, telling people to act right, basically. And it rubs people the wrong way. They always got something to say about that. Rubs people the wrong way. Whether this is Dino saying that one or not, we did feel that way, but what it brought up in me is that Dino Storage is not just Dino Storage. That's the Palladino company that owns a lot
yeah,
of
man.
these dilapidated houses and things like that in our neighborhoods as well. They're kind of known for that. That company's kind of known for being bad landlords, not fixing things. If you get a $600, $700 apartment around now, it might be one of these Palladino spots, and it might not be up to par,
Man,
safety wise or any way else. So
man.
it's it's not just it's not just storage units we're talking about. They own the land some of the storage units sit on, and they own many many homes and apartment buildings and duplexes and all kinds of stuff, especially in North and South Omaha. Sean McCarthy in the chat says one of their Palladino signs literally said, "If you don't work, you will not eat."
I believe I saw that one too.
Yeah, they do that all the time. Right. Landmark Management, RG saying that's them too.
Really, I didn't know that.
Did not know that. So yeah, very, very interesting stuff there. Also, RG said, yes, if you don't know where the Palladino family stands, now you know. They do. And it's interesting to do the research. Do the research. Find out your landlord might be the Palladino company or, according to RG Landmark Management. So yeah, again, very appropriate for spaces is the place, talking about what's going on there because that's what we want. We also want, uh like Mama God says, functional, intentional, and safe space in our community. Needed place.
Man,
We need it. We got to have it. We got to have it. It's not just affordable, but we got to have it. Speaking of affordable, we can even go further. There's some stuff going on around town. As a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and share the screen and play this quick video for you real quick so you can see where we're coming from When that happens, let me know if you can hear this.
I'm Nolan Beaumont on Willis Avenue, and for 50 years, these lots behind me have been empty. But now, affordable housing is here, and the lady behind the entire project says it's the footprint of something bigger. These 2-bedroom and bathroom modulars were made in a controlled environment by Heritage Homes. The goal? Plant affordable housing here in North Omaha. Heritage Homes started this project in April. Now all the workers do is drop them down on the foundation.
We only disrupt the neighborhood for maybe 5 months, 4 or 5 months, and we walk away and we have 3 infill houses done.
Betty Deep is the woman behind the development. She says these homes will start at $240,000.
I think 50 years of people walking out, neighbors walking out and saying, wonder if anybody's gonna move in? And every day for 50 years, nope, not today. And tomorrow, the neighbors are gonna walk out and say, wonder when the neighbors are moving in.
Betty teamed up with Spark CDI and Omaha Land Bank to keep the costs down, and Heritage Homes to drop the houses into place. 3 affordable homes were placed on the foundation, and Heritage Homes tells me that the next 2 will be placed sometime in September. Are you going to stick in North Omaha? Are you going to expand to other parts of the city? What's the next step for you?
North O is my neighborhood. I'm working on my neighborhood.
On Willis Avenue, I'm Nolan Beaumont.
Shout out to Channel 3 for running that story. I was really very, very confused when that happened. First of all, shout out to Miss Betty. I'm going to give her a shout out first. She's somebody who our community knows. A lot of people have chimed up. Matter of fact, Michelle Troxclair said that she's been a staple at Verbal Gumbo. She's obviously a poet and lives in North Omaha. When we definitely need to first of all start there, because it'd be really easy to look at her and feel like this is part of this gentrification. But I was very confused about this situation. First of all, I worked in construction for the first maybe 12, 13 years of my working life. And I don't understand dropping a home down on a front foundation, especially not in Omaha. My first thought in Omaha was, where's the basement? It's more kind of California style to just have a slab and then build a home on the slab with no basement. But where's the longevity of the construction if you don't have a basement, if you are making prefab houses and dropping them down? Now, got to get it done. That's probably maybe one of the cheapest ways to get it done. The cost might have been out of control if they hadn't done it that way. So I'm not part of that construction team, so I don't know. But it felt to me like I don't know about this. I don't know about the longevity of these homes. And then when we got to the price, then we were just really like, what? Now they did all this in order to keep these things affordable, but who can afford $240,000 home right now? It's not a lot of us that can. What does this actually mean? And before I throw it to Buddy, I got a couple more things I want to bring out to this. There's a couple names out here that are floating around that have been floating around our discussions in our news gathering for the past 3 or 4 years now, which is Heritage Homes. Is it Heritage?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Land Bank. So some of the development here. So we're looking at situations that we had some questions about when it comes to that situation. She lives in North Omaha. She's seeing these empty lots. They've been empty for 50 years. She wants to help with putting some affordable homes on there. But the area that they're in, I don't really feel like it's a $240,000 home area. Who's moving in those? Who will be coming in? So on and so forth. Mama God saying the same thing. 240K is affordable. Well, I guess good question. Good question.
I got some thoughts, man.
I'll pass it to. Go ahead, man. I know you're chomping at the bit over there. Let me hear it. Let me hear it from you, bro.
I mean, I hear y'all. I do, but at the same time, I don't know. Is this the state we're in? I'll put it in context. I When I first moved to Atlanta, this is 4 years ago now. But when I first moved to Atlanta, my main goal was to buy a house. I was recently married. I'm trying to buy a house. I'm building a foundation for my family. Quickly realized that it's gonna take a lot of work to buy that house, especially in the market that we were in. Houses are at that time were about $400,000. We're actually my family was actually able to get into a home ownership program that assisted with home ownership. We were cleared for like $350,000 in financing for a home, and that wasn't enough for the size of home that I needed with 3 children. So I'm wondering, what is the market looking like? And as we're talking, I just had to do the research. This is according to the Des Moines Register. But in This is as of last year, June 2024. The median home price in Omaha, Nebraska, is 304,000, which actually was down from 325,000. So 240 in that context, yeah, it might not be affordable. And this era of tariffs and inflation and minimum wage where it is. But when you compare it to the market, what are we expecting? What would you rather see as a price for a home?
Well, first of all, I'd rather see $240,000 include a basement and a garage.
That's another thing. I think those homes do include a basement. If you look in the video, there's a brick foundation that the homes are being set on. It's not just there. It did look like at first that they were just setting the homes on dirt, but if you rewatch the video, it does look like they're putting them at least on a garage foundation.
Okay. Okay. And I think also too, it depends on the where. And well, first of all, we got to start with like just the living wage doesn't really allow for you to buy a
Mhm.
$240,000 house. Whatever wage is going on now, the medium wage that's happening now is not allowing that to happen. You'd have to do some really extra stuff in order to be able to do that. In the grand scheme, though, you're kind of right. I mean, I'm looking around houses all the time, seeing 350. I'm seeing four. Depends on the neighborhoods. I just talked to a realtor a couple weeks ago that I just threw a number out. I was like, "You got any more of them $60,000 houses?" She was like, "Yeah, there's some stuff that's happening, some stuff going on." So I'm like, "Oh, where and what?" Maybe one bedroom kind of shack type of situation. So I mean, there's some other options out there. In the grand scheme, market rate seems a little high. Seems a little high for the area, and it seems high to be attaching this affordable housing tag onto it.
Mm,
Um, and like I say, I started with saying, shout out to Miss Betty because I want to keep this in that context because what
mhm,
I feel like is happening is sometimes we can say, "What she over here? Who is this?" And I even saw some comments in friends of where people were like, "What? How long she been in North Omaha?" Kind of you know on the attack. But when you go into building or some development, and we've had Don Curry on, who did a little bit of development himself. When you get into some development, you got to think about what's going on. We have tariffs that are happening all the time that's raising cost on equipment, on tools, on services, even all kinds of stuff. Market's crazy, and build a home to build anything costs 3 times as much as it did 5 years ago because of what's happening too. So if you haven't done this, it's kind of hard to judge it. Have you priced out all of the materials and how much it costs and the taxes and the insurances and the everything that it costs? Because to be able to drop 3 homes on a plot of land, first of all, your land got to be pretty cheap. She went through the land bank, so I'm sure that that's the case. I don't know if it was shovel ready land, like they got some of those shovel ready plots there, or she had to come in and kind of do the shovel ready stuff herself, which also is a big cost. When it all comes down to it, when you think about how to finance this, if you're a producer, if you're a person who's making these things happen, 240,000 does sound affordable in the grand scheme, but and it will solve a niche in some small ways. What I see happening is people from other sides of town that will have an opportunity to buy some houses, and it won't be the people from the neighborhood that are able to afford them. It'll be people outside of the
mm.
neighborhood that will come in and scoop them up because they're cheaper. They're going to be cheaper than anywhere else around. So again, I think it's the fact that we talk about affordable housing is throwing me way off of this whole deal. You can't say affordable housing and then $240,000 in the same sentence because it's not really affordable housing. It's not addressing the affordable housing crisis that we have in North Omaha in particular. What does affordable housing mean to everybody in North Omaha is the real question.
Yeah, and I think that's the big thing. That's the big thing everybody still is trying to figure out, and with all these moving parts that we have named, tariffs and the like, it's a moving goalpost. It's a moving goalpost. We're all beholden to the market, and none of us really have the power to push the needle on the market. We just are responding to the market. So I think when we talk about affordable housing, there's always that elephant in the conversation. But I want to switch to another word, another phrase that's being brought up in this conversation: gentrification.
Mm.
And, going along again with what you're saying, a lot of people in the comments to this video did feel like Miss Betty was a gentrifier. And I want to identify that because I don't think so. And I want to pose the question: what's the difference between what Miss Betty is doing and what Brother Don Curry did? Brother Don Curry is somebody who people from North Omaha is familiar with, same with Miss Betty. So she's of the community. That box is checked. You can't say she's an outsider coming in. She's of the community. People have vouched for her. She's, like you said, Sister Michelle Troxclair, she's a regular at Verbal Gumbo. And I feel like I seen her getting down at Verbal Gumbo. Also, she's been at some of these all these developer programs and meetups and workshops that have
Mhm.
been offered throughout the community. She's been there. She's seizing their resources. So again, what is the difference between what is she doing and what Brother Don Curry is doing? Furthermore, how much is Brother Don Curry charging for his property?
Well, first of all, Brother Curry is not selling his property, so he created some homes that people can rent for cheaper, and it'll be on sliding scale for the first couple stories, with a market rate at the top story, so that can help it get paid for. But the even the affordable places, I believe, around $1,000 for some of those 3 bedroom suites or 2 bedroom suites. I can't remember what it was. I wanted to have Brother Curry on. As a matter of fact, I wanted to do a little bit of a tour of his properties
That'd be
and
dope.
be able to show that on the show. So we'll do that. But from what I remember, the rent was pretty affordable, except for the market rate rent that was up top. I think it was even under $1,000 for first and second floor, and
A
then
little bit.
something like 1,100, 1,200 for the market rate one at the top. But it's interesting, and when you bring in this word gentrification, my viewpoint on gentrification has changed over the course of us having these conversations for the past couple of years, because you can gentrify your own neighborhood, and then it's not a bad word to say. Gentrification just means uplifting your neighborhood, making it more valuable, building stuff in it, and people inside and outside the community can do that. What I think more of we're scared of is the colonization of North Omaha. People coming out from the outside and creating things that's changing the neighborhood and and forcing people that are living in the neighborhood out of the neighborhood. I also don't see this as something that Miss Betty is doing. Like you said, she's from the neighborhood and she's trying to build up the neighborhood, and it don't like she ain't making a killing off of a $240,000 house. I can tell you that. It's just the cost of building alone is gonna mean that it ain't like she getting rich off of this situation here, but she is providing an opportunity for people who can afford $240,000 to buy some homes. Hopefully, it'll be somebody that's in the neighborhood already, or somebody in the neighborhood that can take advantage of that, or living in North Omaha that can move to another part of North Omaha, move into one of these houses. That would be great. But it's a interesting dichotomy, because I think when the price got said, it hit everybody real like, wait a minute. It was one of those kinds of real triggering videos for me. It was a little bit like, uh, here's this lady, a lot of us know, a lot of us don't know, white lady over here talking about building something in North Omaha because she has this mission to create some affordable housing, and then the houses will go for $240,000, and people are like, that don't sound very affordable. But this is the reason why we bring these things up and try to talk these things out, because having a little bit longer conversation about it and with each other means that you can figure that out. You can figure out if it is affordable, what might be happening behind the scenes and between the lines on here. and see.
Mhm.
Mama God in the chat says, "My house is around 240K on half acre, 4 bedroom, 2 bath, 3,600 square feet. Shout out, but I feel there are options." So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
I I I would say, this is coming from a lady. Again, this is my mom's. Like, this is coming from the house I grew up in. I think they got for like $36,000. So she's seen the market go up and down.
Right.
And I will say though, Mama God pushing back. You've been in that house with now 12 years, a little over 12, man, maybe even longer than that. What is the market now? What is the market looking like now? And also, you and I'm sure several other homeowners in the chat are getting phone calls of companies trying to buy your home. So what are they trying to buy your home for? Like, what is the market really looking like in the now? What does the market really look like in the now? And that goes on to the next point. Shout out, brother Anthony Rogers, right in the chat. Good morning to you, brother. He's saying some things that's kind of going along my thoughts when we talk about affordable housing and people have the feelings that are tied to it. I think we're getting wrapped up in a fallacy. Brother Anthony Rogers Wright says that's because there is no such thing as quote unquote affordable housing. It's a subjective and political term. What we need is low and moderate income housing, which I have to agree with. Like this whole like I said, affordable housing is a moving goalpost. Like just the term itself, not everybody makes the same amount of money. So what I can afford and what's affordable for me is not affordable for you. So
Right.
that's not, it's a subjective term. Like it's not a blanket statement that can be applied to everybody. What's affordable for one family isn't affordable for all or the next family. So that terminology isn't accurate, isn't helping anybody. It's not helping us solve any of this.
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate that. We definitely need to call it low and moderate income housing. Is really what we need. An affordable home to buy for $240,000, a 2 bedroom home. All relative, like you said, it's a moving goalpost. It's all relative. It's all relative. Your example, what you guys qualified for was well over that amount, that limit here. Why is that? The neighborhood that's in, the city that it's in, so on and so forth, might have been affordable to you. Again, it just really moves the goalpost just really moves all the time
Mhm.
when it comes to that. But I don't know if that's necessarily necessary. I mean, the market's bad all over. If you're in the market to buy a house, it's bad all over. So if you want to try to buy a house in North Omaha, might be some other options there too, like Mama God is saying. And maybe Miss Betty just provided a couple new options
Yeah.
for people that want to buy.
I'll say it like this. We've been dancing around this whole, okay, what is affordable housing? What is the definition? And everybody gives this definition of affordable housing is housing that you pay for that's less than 30% of your income. That is a very abstract definition. There's no concrete numbers. Where's the threshold in that? What does that even mean? What does it really even mean?
You got to go back to talk about income first. What are you making?
Exactly. Exactly. So again, going back to low and moderate income rather than this formula of 30% of imaginary number, what everybody may or may not be making. Okay, what is the median income in this zip code? How many houses are affordable at 30% of that? And how do we make that happen? Those are concrete numbers, concrete benchmarks, things that can be achieved. This abstract 30% of it's not getting us anywhere.
Very true. RG in the chat says today's economy is not the same as it was 5 years ago, but back in 2020, I said I would not pay more than 125K for a house in North Omaha. Ended up paying 115K, but costs have skyrocketed since then. Most def. Totally see that. Marlon Harris in the chat says 240 is too much for a 2 bedroom house. I can see that for a 4 or 5 bedroom, but not a 2 bedroom. Well,
Agree.
I mean, again, that's your viewpoint from your perspective because there's a 4 or 5 bedroom house available in Nebraska, in Omaha, and anywhere in Omaha, West Omaha, or anywhere is going to be way more than $240,000. I mean, anything that I've been seeing stuff start at 350 for if you're moving into central Nebraska or central Omaha, and even some of the houses that are in North Omaha that are for sale are even over that $240,000 mark. So that's what it is. Mama God says, I bought for 120,000 about 18 years ago. It's now worth 240, which is a rapid growth market. But I look at my neighborhood values and property size. I just think that it's high for the real estate. So to me, it has to do with where you're at as well. The location as well makes a difference in the price too. So I mean, so much to it. So much to it. We get down to what some of the real problems that we have are. I mean, what are those real problems that we have? You know, those real problems that we have to do with the fact that we need low income housing. You know, if you got people working at McDonald's or working in the factory or working at the meat or working at the packing plant or any of those types of things. And this is indicative of every city, every place. You got low wage workers. Where they supposed to live? I mean, we've heard stories of people that had to drive and take the bus over, 3 hours to get from where they can afford to live to where they work. And what's ideal is to be able to have housing for people that are making lower income, and which happens to be in the black community. It happens to be on North and South Omaha the most. So what do you do then? How do you do what you do? How do you do it? We talked earlier about there are low income places to live, but is the quality of those income places to live up to par? Or is it safe housing? It can't just be affordable. It has to be safe. It can't just be low income. It has to not have structural problems and so on and so forth. It has to be taken care of by the landowner. So these are all questions that are always going to keep coming up, and that just is what it is. And so, so I wanted to bring it up because a lot of people were talking about it. A lot of people commented on it. Shout out to everybody who chimed up in Friends of First Sky Omaha about this particular story. And we might even maybe even have Miss Betty on and talk about it a little more, or somebody from the land bank, which we are also working with right now too to get the message out about that. As a matter of fact, ambassadorship. This is a good way to understand what's going on with the land bank and become a person who can do some development later, become an ambassador, deep dive into the world of land banking and all the industry partners that intersect with your work. Sign up today. I think signups is over this week. I think it's over by Friday. So you got the rest of the week here to sign up to become an ambassador. You can go to Friends of First Sky Omaha and check out the flyer here. Hit the link, become an ambassador. Just go to Land Bank. I think it's Land Bank, Omaha Municipal Land Bank.org, I believe it is, and click that link and become a ambassador. And all this going to be all I signed up myself because I'm trying to find out more about this and be able to come back and report some
Mhm.
stuff. And we'll see if I make it in. They only take a limited amount of people there, but basically you hit one meeting a month for the next, I think it was 9 months, and you have several options, several things that you can do as an ambassador. And so we really need to, and one of them is really kind of learning what all is involved here. What's all involved? What do we need out of the Omaha Municipal Land Bank in order for us to kind of keep a little bit better control of stuff that goes on in our neighborhood with the land and expansion. If you had that option, if you had a feeling like you wanted to build a home, land bank might be the way to go. Building a home, I have done some of the numbers on some of the construction, about 240 grand. So if I were to find a plot of land for 5 grand at the land bank and then finance 240 grand, I can build a home on it. So it's right now the market is so bad. It's just as expensive to build a home. Sometimes it is to buy one. So we'll see. And if I went that route, I may have gone a prefab route myself. It just really, it, I'd like more information. I like the fact that there's some options, and I like the fact that somebody from the neighborhood was trying to do something about that and to help. And I like the route too. Like I go back and forth. Do I want to be a developer? Do I want to help people own some homes? Or do I want to be a landlord? I build something and go how Don Curry's going, where he build the land and then rent out the spaces. Because that's a headache as much as trying to sell something is a headache in this market. Just is what it is. 8:35 right now. If you believe in the concept of time, if you're just joining us, we are back. I saw Black Dynamite give us a shout out. Came in. We're doing 2 hours a day now for Monday, Wednesday, Fridays for this season. 3B spaces the place, and we're just kind of keeping it loose to talk about some of the things that we're going to be talking about during this season and get back into the swing of things. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend that we're back. I know a lot of people who are chat chimers, a lot of people who are ghost listeners They lose us over the break sometime because we're not on regularly. But those of you in the know that we come back at certain times, and we're here till December 15th now. And so tell all your friends, tell everybody to come back and check us out in a big way. Again, we talked a lot about some of the partnerships that we got going on right now. The lead, the city is still trying to do the lead remediation. Shout out to them. If you got lead, give them a call 402-731-3045. If you think you have lead, then maybe you just want to get tested. And it's not just in your yard, but it could be something that is bothering your child. It could be in your home, on your window sills, in the community. We're still trying to battle this whole situation here. So shout out to City of Omaha and the lead department, health department, planning department, everybody who is behind trying to help this lead stuff go away. Go to gotled.org if you want some more information there. Also, don't forget Saturday, July 19th is coming up this Saturday. Omaha Jazz Experience at Stinson Park, man. Come on through. Tickets at eventbrite.com starting at $40, limited time. Shout out to the Hollins group, man. They sought us. They were one of our first customers back in the Mine and Soul days, and they sought us out like, yo, we heard you guys are back doing some really cool stuff here. So, hey, check it out. Get to help us get the message out. So shout out to them for doing that in a big way. Don't forget, we have things going on too that are extremely important. Coming up this Saturday will be our first content creators camp as well. Shout out to Brother Sherman Wells, who's been spreading the word for us, and everybody's been spreading the word. Shout out to you, buddy, for doing the work on really trying to get recruitment going.
Hey,
We at first were looking at trying to get some 18 to 25 year olds and really tap into some young folks. But we didn't really get a lot of bites on the young folks quite yet. We had to start a little earlier and try to have a more intentional look towards that. So right now we're kind of opening it up to everybody. And as soon as we did, 2 or 3 people already hit us up. We're looking for 8 people this time around. And in that 4 weeks, you will be creating a piece with your partner. We're going to partner up, put people in twos, a little piece written, some video work, some audio work, and help you develop your story over the course of 4 weeks, 4 Saturdays from 10 to 12 at the Heart Ministry Center on the south side, 2222 Benny Street, over there at the Heart Ministry Center. So yeah, this is starting up July 19th. If you want to be a part of this, let us know. Hit us up at
man,
firstsky@gmail.com, please. Yeah, man.
you bearing the lead, man. You completely buried
Did
the
I?
lead.
Did I?
Yeah. This year we got a little fun. So participants get a little stipend at the end of the thing too. Little pocket change. Little pocket change.
It paid to come and learn something?
Come on, man.
That's what's up. Yeah, man. Yeah, and completion of your work, you get a little stipend as well. So yeah, not too much money, but not 240,000 or nothing. But
Nah.
can't buy
Little
no
pocket.
house with it. But little pocket money.
Yeah, might get some gas, some grub.
And then the highly anticipated Chad Chimers kickback is coming Sunday, August 3rd. We'll be back at the Culture House living room,
Hey,
kicking back, kicking all the way back. Bring the babies. We'll have some music, some games. We're gonna eat. We're gonna kick it. And have a funky good time, and maybe even do a little jamming again. So we'll see if the
man.
musicians come up with some stuff, man. Yeah, it's going down, and it's super casual, super leisurely. Like I said, we kind of had a revelation of what this really is. We were trying to make it. We're event based, so we were trying to make it a whole event before, but this is really not really an event. It's just a kickback for you, the Chad Chimers, the participants in particular, your friends, your family, and some of the ghost listeners that come in and chat and chime in from time to time as well, and whoever is really closely associated with First Sky Omaha and its First Sky Omaha fam. So shout out to everybody
Man.
who gets down, man. It's happening.
Yeah.
Happening in a
Come
big
through.
way. Hmm.
Oh yeah, and kind of reiterating for those who didn't hear earlier for the kickback, we are changing things a little bit this year as far as the refreshments and the food.
Oh yeah.
We got some, yeah, we got some folks bringing some, grilling. The grill will get fired up. We'll have some meat, but let's potluck it up a little bit on the sides. I know Miss Erica Phelps, she's been talking about her greens with the turkey neck in it. I want some of that. Yeah, and if anybody, any chat chimers out there, you have a special dish or dessert, or you want to volunteer help with some plates and things. Again, we're making it a fam kickback. So again, for those interested in helping out, reach out, let us know.
And we'll be during Omaha Days, I believe. The kickback during Omaha Days. Yep.
Yep.
Shout out to Black Dynamite on that. Somebody, I think it was RG. Somebody earlier said, I wondered if you were gonna meld the kickback with what they got going on with Untamed over there at Assembly of the Saints. because that happens on a Sunday as well. Shout out to what Sherman Wells and everybody's doing at Assembly of the Saints this coming up Sunday. There'll be a special guest. Kenny Newman will be there coming up July. Oh wait, that was
Oh, that was
yesterday.
yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay, yeah. Let us know if you went out to this yesterday as well. But they have a different guest every week. But every Sunday from 4 to 7 throughout the summer, this is going on. Untamed Summer. Shout out to them. Shout out to Pastor Ballard, Assembly of the Saints. Shout out to Sherman Wells, Untamed, and all the volunteers and all the people that come out to this and come and help as well. 20 weeks of summer fun. It is going on at the same time. The Chad Chambers kickback, and didn't even think about that. Gave us a thought. So maybe we'll see about merging the two events. But keep the date in mind. August 3rd is going down. We'll see what's happening. Didn't mean to hit that one right there. Fat fingered that all day long. This is one I was looking at. Oh no, that's not even it either. This one I'm trying. Nope, that's not it either. Hold up. We're gonna get to it. Gotta get back in the swing. Sunday, August 3rd, Chad Chambers kickback is happening. Right now it's at the Culture House. RG gave us a good idea to maybe merge with Assembly of the Saints. We'll see. It'll be somewhere on 24th Street, most likely Culture House. We'll see what's happening. We might figure out how to maybe time this differently so that us the Assembly of the Saints and Sherman and the Untamed Summer can happen and we can hit both. We like trying to do stuff like that where we can hit everything, see what's happening. So we'll see. But keep that date in mind. That's coming up for sure. Also, Brother Dime, I said, who Uncle on the Grill though?
Hey, I got a story behind that. My pops actually, Papa Guy will be on the grill. I got the confirmation. Papa Guy will be on the grill.
Hold up. So we can just say that's Papa Guy from back in the day. Then we'll just say
right there,
retro Papa Guy right there on the grill, making it happen.
On the grill.
Hey man, that's some news. Papa Guy gonna be on the grill.
Look, mom's in the chat. She can confirm, but I'll just say it like this: Pop's grilling is so good. It's how I got here.
Hey,
How I got here.
That's too much information, but we gonna have a kickback. But
hey.
Ain't gonna be no conceptions happening at the party. So
Hey.
She said griller inspired by which one of your pops? Okay. She said the potluck. She said I like the potluck idea, international vibe. Yeah, I like the potluck idea too. But I went to a barbecue at Papa Guy's house one time, and I walked in, and it was a command center of grills.
Look, man.
I mean, like elbowed, like to your left, and then broke right, and then was in front of you, 3 or 4 of them. And
hey, just trying to let you know, ribs. Hide your lady. She might be coming out in clothes after she eats some of them ribs.
That's a wild claim. Wild claim.
Hey, I'm just letting you know, Pops, get down.
Appreciate you, RG, man. Appreciate you checking us out. Peace out. Come back and check the rest of the show out later on. Always a pleasure. Yeah, we here for 2 hours. Like I said, we got about another 15 minutes in the show, and we'll talk about a few haps and some things that's coming up. But for the most part, just wanted to kind of check in with you guys and talk about what we're going to be talking about this season, introduce the season and the theory behind the season. And we'll be talking about all these things. So shout out to everybody who joined in. Shout out to everybody who put stuff in Friends of First Sky Omaha, especially the stuff about this housing situation and all the things that are going on. Like, yeah, man. Yeah, it's definitely something needed. Everybody's really itching to get busy on this as well. Also, shout out to Kimra Snipes, who I have not seen on here today yet. Did Kimra come on?
I haven't seen her.
Yeah, her son has been going out. I don't know if you guys know this, but he's been going out feeding homeless folks, houseless people, regularly each week, and has really been picking up just on his own, just handing out food, and as he's been doing it weekly. And it kind of got a little bit of attention and picked up a little bit of speed. And so Miss Snipes put a post out with some information there if you want to help him do that. Some people kicked in a couple bucks to him and helped him buy even more food to go pass out. Talking about boost to the roost. This is a young person that's just on his own, just came up with that. We can buy some $5 hot and readies and come out there and slang, give away some food for the people that might need it right now. So here's the Venmo and the PayPal for you to shoot her some money that she can give to him to do even more of this work that he's doing. But it's been picking up over time too, man. He kind of started small and he's going pretty big. This is just some of the ones that are in the trunk right now. of him slinging those. So yeah, man. Shout out to just young folks with Boosted the Roots doing something positive like that and helping. I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think of like
Hey,
might drive by, I might hit a corner or something like that. Somebody hurting, I might slide them a couple bucks, $5 out the thing, and so on and so forth. Might be a situation, where we're trying to help. But I didn't even think about just like putting that towards some hot and ready's, putting that towards some water, some foods, and just passing that out and taking the time. That's the thing too, is taking the time to do it. You got a busy schedule, busy day, but if you're going to take Saturday afternoon, for instance, for a couple of hours just passing out food, then why not. So shout out to the young folks, man, stepping up and doing the thing. Shout out to Kimber Snipes for raising such a diligent, good-hearted young person.
young man,
But
doesn't take a grand gesture. You don't need a big grand gesture to do something good. To impact somebody's life. Almost, usually it's the small gestures that have a grander impact. So, anybody and everybody has a place in a space to do something great. So let's
so
do it.
true, so true. You were not lying about that at all. I'll put a couple haps up there, a couple things before 24th and Good Morning Business Networking right here on 24th Street. This is from the 24th Street Business Improvement District Association. Wednesday, July 30th from 7:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. Maybe if you guys go hit this up, maybe turn on First Sky Omaha in the morning when you're sitting there having the coffee, because it'll be at the same time. But connect with passionate community leaders and business showcasing the world-class destination of community, culture, and economic development of the North 24th Street Business Improvement District area. Coffee and Pettit's pastry provided. North 24th Street BID. Trying to put it down. So I kind of appreciate what's happening here with the BID and how they're putting some of this stuff together, so you guys can kind of get to know. I would say this season too. 24th Street, the Deuce is heating up in a big way. Shout out to Lakeisha Green over there at Union for Contemporary Art, really changing the game. I don't know if you guys went out and saw Miss Celeste Butler's show recently, but man, she had her opening reception July 12th, and I saw the pictures. Lots of folks there. Of course, Miss Celeste Butler she's the exhibiting artist. She is one of the most talented artists around, one of the most important artists in Nebraska. Really, really down for 24th Street in a big way, holding it down. When I think about Love Supreme, the godmother of art, I think about Miss Celeste Butler. So she's in now at the gallery over there at the Union for Contemporary Art. Definitely check it out. The Deuce is really going to be heating up this, and not just because of Native Omaha Days, but because so much is going on with the Union for Contemporary Art. So much is going on with Noma over there, teaching babies how to drum and all the stuff that they got going on. There's so much happening at Culture House all the time. It just goes down. So again, lots of stuff going down, and we really hope that you are able to participate, come out to some of that stuff. Really happening.
Man, really quickly on the Deuce. Are they doing something at Skeets? I even see some activity at Skeets, man. What's really going down on the Deuce? What's really going down?
Well, I think Brother Preston Love also has a visitor center coming up. I'm not sure if that's at the Old Drips or if it's up the street. No, I think it's at the Old Drips that's happening. So right next to Skeets, there's some construction going on. But we did see a board or two moving around at Skeets. And you know what else I've been doing lately? Just because I've been kind of down that way, I'll stop into that little store. There is a little, that whole Fairdale store still exists, and it's kind of changed up. It's kind of like a little bit more of a convenience store. So I had to go buy some waters and some ice, and I was like, "Why am I going to drive all the way up the street somewhere? Let me go down here and see if they have it there." And they had all that stuff there. So it was like fill up the cooler with the ice and put some waters in it, and keep rolling. So don't forget about what's going down on the Deuce over there as far as that's concerned too. That store is open. It's not so much a grocery store anymore. It's more of a convenience store, which I guess was more needed in that area, right across the street from Skeets. So from up the street to down the street, bro, 24th Street is really getting ready to start popping in the big way again. Big way.
The Deuce.
Yeah. Mama God says he's still my bestie because of his grilling skills. He cooked breakfast for me on hibachi, and I bought and I figured I'd keep him around a little longer. He's grilling is prolific. Talking about Papa God. Prolific grilling, bro. Prolific.
Look, man.
Have you heard that word together?
When you go to somebody's house and they got a smoking grill, a grilling grill.
The FOMO grills.
FOMO, a gas grill, a wood grill, a charcoal grill. The man is grilling. The man is getting down.
Yeah. I'm happy to hear that he's going to be providing some of the food. We want to hear about your obviously the grilling's going down. So who got the side dishes?
That's what we want to know.
And we don't need no potato salad with raisins in and stuff. You know what we know what we asking for. This is the cookout now. This is not
Kickback.
this, this is the kick out. This is the cookout, the kickback, and you know I need some real mac and cheese. That's how it's got to go down. It's just got to go down. That's what it is. So yeah, can't wait, can't wait. More information on all that, of course, you can always hit us up with questions at firstskyOmaha@gmail.com. Do us a favor at 401, according to Mayor Sanchez, on subscribers on YouTube. We're trying
Man,
to get to 500. So if you have not done that, please go do that. And again, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. The season is back, season 3B. It's going down. Space is the place. Will be 2 hours a day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And we got some special guests and surprises coming for you too, as well. I was hoping to get one in today, but it didn't go down. But we will have some special guests and surprises coming this season as well, and a lot of different things that we have going on. So we got if you have any questions about it, of course you can hit us up. And if you want to do any advertising with us as well, like helping get
man.
these messages out, as you can see, we're kind of going for it. And so yeah, let us know. We can give you some rate sheet and whatnot, and keep on rolling here. It's going down. Paul, Paul said, "No blue box mac and cheese, or you'll be asked to leave."
Hey, Mama God already chiming in.
What she said?
Green beans, mac and cheese, and peach cobbler on Mama God.
Y'all better stop playing my emotions. Don't
Man.
play.
Hey, somebody remind Miss Erica Feld I need them greens.
And buddy, you will never ever live down,
Y'all want some beans?
buddy. Last year, buddy said he was making the beans. This brother showed up with a pot with all of the raw ingredients still in its packaging in the pot.
Y'all want some beans?
Cans, bags of beans, dried beans, stuff that should have been soaked overnight. All that. That you'll never live. I wish I hope somebody took a picture of it because it was hilarious. It was in the pot
In the pot.
in the thing that the beans were going to be made in.
It's about to go down.
Talk about you. Now that's late. That's the epitome of your lateness right there. That is.
Hey,
late.
y'all want some beans?
Get at me a couple days, so they'll be ready. They'll be ready. Mama God said Buddy Curry chicken. Okay.
Okay.
We'll see. I'm just trying to think if I got any specialty dishes. I might have to break out the Allen family cabbage recipe.
Okay. I get down on some cabbage.
Dump cake, even maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what time is it? I'm hungry already. What time is it? I'm gonna eat some breakfast.
About that time.
Yeah, man. Thank you for everybody who is joining us. If they're still here, again, I want to ask you, please tell a friend, tell a friend. We're moving into a different space here with this
Man.
season as well. So as far as the kind of work that we're doing, the kind of people that we're working with, the partnerships that we got going on, there's going to be a lot of movement this year. Shout out to Amy Ryan. Amy Ryan's kind of on deck and doing some stuff with us as well. Shout out to the documenters team over there, man. Leia, who's leading the documenters team. Shout out to Matt Wynn, Flatwater Free Press. Shout out to everybody who we're planning on partnering with and doing some things, man. It's really kind of awesome, like some of the stuff that we got coming up. And we're gonna continue to bring that to you first here with the chat. We often toss around maybe moving on to different kinds of formats of doing different things, but there's really nothing like being able to speak to you guys live and have the conversation with the chat chimers, with regular folks that we come. We kind of build a family around here with the folks that we talk to, you, the chat chimers, the ghost listeners, the people that we engage with on a regular basis. And sometimes it's not about the news that's breaking. Sometimes it's about reading between the lines in the news. And sometimes it's about us just making a statement on those things, having a discussion, trying to figure out exactly how we feel about what's in the news and so on. So that's what it is. Black Dynamite says it's episode number 1 with 5 minutes left. Do I dare ask? I mean, it would be a show without me asking. I told you, man. Give us a month of 2 hours before you start asking for three. We appreciate, but I will say we did move to 2 hours because we did kind of feel like there was a little bit of tight constraint. We're still going to try to have a really tight first hour as well. We'll be working with William King on some things too. He kind of called and was like, "Hey, let's talk about broadcasting the morning show on some mornings over on 95.7 The Boss." So shout out to him on those
Man,
things. So we definitely will have to make sure that we have a tight kind of first hour. But I love the fact that we have a little bit looser second hour, so we can have some more deeper conversations with guests and things like that. And have some people on to spend the time and not be rushing them off. And you guys have spoken. You guys have spoken. You need more time than just an hour. Most people have said that. Some people like that first hour. And here's the real kicker is that none of y'all sit around for the whole 2 hours. There's only like two or three people that actually watch the whole 2 hour show. So you're obviously coming back later on in the day to watch portions of it. You're popping in, popping out in the morning, and so on. Like here's Christy and Nora giving us a good morning. We know the nature of how this show is being done, and we're trying to cater to that so that you can stay on track with what we're talking about and have the whole story in one segment, if you would. So that's kind of what we're working on now, is to really kind of tighten that up so that you can get the full story when you come back and watch, and even cut some of those segments out and put them in other platforms so that you can kind of still be a part of what's happening, see what's going on. And you can always
man,
comment when you get over there too.
man. On that note, I do want to put it out to the fam, man. If anybody has any experience or knowledge on, we need some clippers, man. We need clippers.
If you know what a clipper is, hit us up.
Yeah, we need some clippers. When Chop the show up, yeah, help us
If you know what a clipper is, if you are that, then you are that. Let us know. We definitely want to see what's happening.
big time.
Hit us up again. Content Creators Camp coming up this Saturday. Hit us up if you want to join. We're looking for 8 people to be able to team up in pairs of 2 in order to create some news pieces in this 4-week class. It'll be 10 to 12 Saturday, July 19th. It'll end on August 9th, and it'll be over at the Heart Ministry Center, the Benny Street entrance. So hit us up if you want to get down here. We would love to involve you in this, and there'll be a stipend at the end of the class as well for those of you that have finished the project that we're working on. So this is more of a project based camp this time around, because we really are trying to build this army of citizen journalists. And if you're interested in that, want to be part of what we're doing, then let us know. firstsky@gmail.com for sure.
Brother Sherman, with a bombshells always.
Mm, what do you say? That man,
The
the
man
man.
that was
Mhm.
the man that was in the cell with Mr. Henry will be out August 10th. I would like to have him on all shows, including First Sky. So keep y'all posted, please. Again, for those who don't know or maybe forgot, again, Mr. Henry, the brother that lost his life while in custody after again a very questionable police stop and interaction with the police. So
And
yeah, we'll definitely go ahead.
I was just gonna say even more questionable treatment inside the facility when he was there, where he died, where he had a heart attack
Right,
and didn't get the care that he needed. So
that part.
we'll be talking about. Appreciate you, brother Sherman Wells, for always leading the charge on those things. And yes, we will absolutely love to have that brother on the show. That brother that had to experience that death firsthand and was screaming for help for people to try to help this brother. Yeah,
Man,
we'll definitely be talking to him for sure.
big time.
Appreciate that. Uh,
Well,
did I mama say you correct misspelling of journalist on you? Probably not. Probably fat finger there too. I'll go back and look. I appreciate you, Mama God. Thank you, thank you.
thank you.
Pop says, "Man, the 2 hour show seems as fast as the 1 hour show. Love you, love you guys, and thank you all for your due. See you Wednesday." Michelle Moreno says, "Have a good day. Appreciate that." Pops watches every minute of the 2 hours. I told you, you and probably
Man,
maybe one other person, 2 other people, maybe Pops. But we appreciate you doing that. Sherman Wells says, "Thanks, y'all." He said he's ready to tell the story. Man,
man,
we're
needs to
ready
be
to hear
told.
it.
And who better to tell it?
It is 9 o'clock. That is the end of the show. We appreciate everybody that joined us this morning. Again, we are on season 3B. Space is the place. This is the first show of the season, and we will be back at. We will go through the whole season, and we'll be done by December 15th when we go on another break. But this is the start of all things good, man. The space is the place is
Man.
really going for it. So join us again on Wednesday. We had a special guest coming in that will be really awesome to be able to speak to her and some other folks that we got coming on too. Like I said, we got some surprises when it comes to guests this season, and we're gonna make it happen. So tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, like and subscribe over at YouTube. Buddy, got some final words for the people?
Yeah, man, excited for this season, excited for the things that we have rolling out. We've been mentioning it, but we'll continue to mention it and push the line, man. Make sure you share, like, subscribe to our YouTube page. We do have some side content aside from the morning show. We have some other things, some other projects, some other campaigns, some other series that we're working on. But all in the same vein, continuing the conversation, looking at ways of change, looking at who's doing great things in the community, and possibly some other things. So look out. We appreciate your support as always, and yeah, we're gonna keep on keeping on. In the meantime, between time, Paul B.
Yo,
Let's get out of here, man.
man, shout out to the Omaha tribe elders for allowing us to be on this land and speak while we're here. Shout out to you, our elders, allowing us to speak before you. And shout out to you, the chat chimers, allowing us to speak with you about all these subjects. Really appreciate your input, your good questions, your good comments, and your participation over at Friends of First Sky Omaha so we can continue the conversation and get to some action. That's what this is all
Man.
about. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll see you Wednesday. Take care of yourselves. Peace.
Peace.
By the way, Van Glorious, this is protected by the red, the black, and the green